What's causing someone to be disciplined in one area is causing them to be disciplined in another area or not. So you got to look into that. How come I wake up every morning and I go to do exercise, an example, because that I'm disciplined with that. So what is it about that? Is it, okay, so you probably got to like something in order to do it. So maybe you don't like the actual exercise, but you like the results, or you like the after, or you like, the mindset that it's giving you, or you like something about it, right? So what is it that you need to fall in love with that you're still not in love with regarding prospecting? Find what it is that you really need to fall in love with. For example, when I would make 50 contacts, I'm going to get like at least 1 or 2 listing appointments, because I'll call some feasibles and some expireds, and those are like, you're getting an appointment. It's the listing is ready. It's not like I'm calling just listed, just sold. Or I'm calling it for rent by owner and I'm turning them into selling their property. If I call 50 for rent by owner, I'm probably going to get like 10 potential good sellers leads by calling 50 for rent by owner. I could do that. Or I'll get myself an investor who's going to put an offer on a house next week, or something like that can happen. So regarding delegation, yes, you need to delegate to go to the next level. You need to delegate, to create more time. But if you're going to delegate and then you're still not going to do the prospecting, then there's no reason to delegate. So the first things first, prioritize. I want you to make a list. What is the most important thing in your business that needs to happen? Okay. And then what's standing between you and actually doing it? I want you to really write down what it is. Like, ask yourself, why am I not doing it? If I know that I'm good at it, and if I make these calls, I can be successful, then why are you not doing it? Because I have something more exciting outside. Okay, what else is going on? Like, dig deeper. And if there is something more exciting outside, why don't I eliminate that excitement somehow? I have to eliminate that excitement in order for me to really go into this. It could be that you need to literally stop doing deals, which will put more pressure on you, which will make you do more phone calls, get more listings, and go to 60, 70, 80, 100 deals a year. You can still do, I would say, in my opinion, if you really, the priorities you just mentioned, if those are real, like you really want to prioritize being a realtor, then you need to show yourself that it's real by eliminating the other side. Not completely, but for some time, yes. For 6 months, maybe you don't buy anything, you don't make any offers, you're just literally diving right into being what it is that you said you want to prioritize. Stop to do the other thing, because it's like almost like I'm an alcoholic and I keep putting a scotch on my table, and I say, I'm not going to drink it. No, I will end up drinking it. That's what's going to happen. So you need to eliminate sometimes some of the, what is destruction in your business, take it and eliminate it. And you don't have to eliminate it for life. Another thing that I can suggest you particularly is, instead of buying single families or 2 families, go for something bigger. Go do something bigger. Don't take a crazy risk. You got to make sure it's a good deal. But do a bigger project and then have someone to manage this project for you. So you don't need to do all the small details. You don't need to visit Home Depot anymore and do that stuff. These are the kind of things you need to really eliminate. You got to do it like as soon as possible. And if you're not doing, if you can't get yourself to actually do it, then you need to sit down again, be real, and ask yourself, do I really want to be this successful realtor? Or maybe not. Like, be real, be honest. All right. Next.
You can go next.
Who's that? Oh, Selena. Selena, you can go ahead.
My issue a little has Elvis is the follow-up. I just get so distracted and overwhelmed with so many things in my life, and I don't make the call. I don't, and weeks go by and I haven't called. or followed up in any other way that I usually do.
In other words, you say, in order for me to reach my goals, I need to do more follow-up, but I don't do this follow-up because
Because I'm not disciplined at all.
well, you have to be disciplined in some areas in order to achieve success. So you are disciplined with some stuff that is maybe more fun for you.
Yeah.
Like do the gifts, go give the gifts and that's more fun. Do you see
Yeah.
how it's very related to, for example, Wilfredo?
Yes.
So what is
Yeah.
really standing between you? It has nothing to do with follow-up.
It does too, because sometimes people will call me and I just, okay, I'll call this person. Like lately, I've just been not calling people back, which is horrible.
You're sabotaging your business.
I am.
Ask yourself why.
It has to do with me. It doesn't have to do with anything else.
Exactly. It has nothing to do with follow-up.
I think I'm tired,
Can be.
ready to retire. No, I'm just kidding.
It can be that you are tired, but you need to find what it is that you're really tired about. That's why I'm saying this is a personal thing. You guys need to do this work with yourself, and you really need to be honest. Because if you keep coming up with stuff that is not really I want the deepest layer. I'm not interested in what you're putting on top, and then you're putting on top, and then you're putting on top because you're hiding. I'm interested in the reality. Like, for example, with Fredo, it's discipline. Because he made a decision, he wants to be a better realtor, but then in the same time, he takes on himself more of the other commitment, which keeps him out of so he can literally, he see the line where I need to put the line. It's easier. I think it's easier for Wilfredo to figure out what's stopping him right now than you. With you, is a little bit deeper. And when you say I'm tired, it can be that you are tired because you were maybe grinded something, and it could be that hey, at the end of the year, if you had a good year, at the end of the year, you might be a little bit tired. But if you ask yourself, where do I want to be? Here's my goal. Here's my goal. Here's what I want to achieve. Okay, I am obviously not that person yet. So what is missing? I'm not disciplined. Great. I will give you the best exercise to become disciplined. And if you can do it, and anyone else that has the same issue right now on the call, do the same exercise. And if you're capable of doing this exercise, you just installed more discipline in your life. And it's enough that you do one little iota of discipline in addition to where you are now. Like if you put a little tiny layer of discipline on top of it, everything else will change dramatically, because discipline is the name of the game. Success and discipline it's one thing. So if you want to be successful, but you're not disciplined, then something is missing. So what can you start doing to make yourself more disciplined?
Wake up early.
What was that?
Wake up early.
Very good. So what time do you normally wake up?
Oh, Lord. I have no time to wake up. I just put everything else before work right now. That's the truth. It's someone calls me and, can you come list my house, please? And then, yeah, it's horrible.
Being in this place right now where you are, that means that you're probably going to do half the transactions you did last year.
Probably.
So
No,
you got to snap out of it. You got to get pissed off, because the next level that we talked about that you want, that's not the person's talking right now. So you got to go there. So, okay, I'll give you one example. I need to wake up earlier. If you just wake up like naturally, okay, you wake up whenever you wake up, that's already not the person you want to be. Am I right?
Yeah.
Great. So let's install waking up at a certain hour every morning. So normally, what time do you actually wake up?
Normally, 8 something, 9,
Great. What time do you think you should be getting up?
5.
All right. So if you normally get up at 8 and now you're talking 5, that's 3 hours less. What time do you go to sleep? And now you need to start working on what time you're going to sleep, and you got to make some changes.
Yeah.
These changes are the person you really want to be. So if you don't see the correlation between who you want to be and making these changes right now, the importance of making these changes all across the board for everyone. If you don't see the changes that you got to make necessary in order to be the person you want to be, you're never going to be this person. So how bad do you want to be this person will determine what time she's going to wake up starting tomorrow morning. If you want to wake up at 5 and you normally wake up at 8, look at the time you're going to sleep. So if you normally go to sleep at 1 a.m. and you wake up at 8, okay, 7-8 hours of sleep. So all you got to do next is I need to wake up at 5, meaning I need to reduce 3 hours from the top. So I got to go to sleep at 10 p.m. I'm sleeping. And you need to talk to your spouse about it. And you got to change your entire environment, just like Elvis needs, just like Wilfredo. So, and these are the changes that I'm talking about. Like we can say, oh, you need more prospecting, you need more follow-up, you need more contacts. Before you need all of that, you need to work on yourself.
Yeah.
What is it that's standing right now between you and your success?
I was going to say that is exactly my situation here, because, after the morning routine falls off, or after I fall off from the morning routine, the day starts later. I'm taking orders all day, I've got other responsibilities outside of work. So then the day doesn't end early enough. So I'm always catching up, and then I'm tired. So the next day I'm not getting up at 5. So that's something that I need for more than one reason. And that's definitely something that I have to force back into place, for sure. You can ask my wife. I've been talking about that since the holidays began.
And you guys need to talk about it as a family, and anyone else who has a family and spouse, children, you got to talk to everyone, and everybody needs to fall in line. Otherwise, the goals you mentioned that you want to achieve are just fake. They're not real. You make them real by making decisions right now to make some big changes. Like Wilfredo, to stop taking on more projects, that's a big commitment, because it pays your bills. It's something that you're making money with. So to say, I'm going to stop this stream in order to have the other stream over here, yeah, you have to make a big commitment. It's a big commitment. And that's the real work. It's work, guys. It's not going to be simple. Next person. Yamanda.
So it's more kind of the same, but I feel like personally, if anything in life can throw me off, say I don't feel like, I don't know, something's going on with my kids and I don't feel emotionally okay, I put that, and I feel like I don't feel like working today, and I will set that until I emotionally feels kind of ready to go back. That's one of the things that I feel like I have to work and kind of try to change my mindset and use it as a booster instead of just let things in life throw me off emotionally, and then will definitely affect my production.
So next time this thing comes to you and happens to you, because it will, next time it happens, what should you be doing?
I just, something that I feel like I should try to, I don't know, speak to myself and just use it as a try to change the behavior instead of throwing myself on a couch and just go social media or do, I don't know, something else. Try to just talk to myself and use it as a booster. But that's the thing. I don't know if it's going to work, or I don't know if that's what I need.
Are you saying that you're disciplined until something emotional comes that literally takes you out. So in other words, you're not disciplined emotionally. You're disciplined physically to do the things that needs to be done, but emotionally you're not disciplined, meaning that if something happens to you that throws you off emotionally, all of a sudden you throw everything and you just do something else, correct?
Yes. Yes.
So what do you need to stop doing then? The next time it happens, what should you engage in forcing yourself to do with
Well,
discipline?
do what I have to do and follow my schedule.
Yeah, on purpose.
Purpose.
So in other words, when it does happen to you, since your instinct is to stop doing something, how can you then get yourself to actually do it? Give me one thing that you know that you need to do that you might not do when you're thrown off emotionally.
Wake up early. I won't.
So in other words, if it happens, then tomorrow morning, you're just not waking up at whatever time you need to wake up.
Mm-hmm.
When was the last time it happened to you?
Don't remember right now.
Well, that's a good thing.
Yes.
That's a good thing. So it might even be that right now you're thinking about it because it happened to you in the past, but it's not necessarily. Guys, in the 10X rule, he was talking about making big goals, right? Like aim super high, stop aiming low. When we aim low, it's not exciting to achieve. When you're not excited, you will allow things to distract you. How bad do you want to achieve your goals? So when something comes to you and you know, throws you off emotionally, at that very moment, you're not going to be logical. You cannot be logically if you're an emotional person.
Mm-hmm.
For example, if something pisses me off, I'll give you one example. Something happened, like something that can piss me off really like super fast. Something unintelligent happened in my life somehow by someone, I don't know. And it draws me nuts because how it makes no sense. Like, why would anyone do that? And I'll get pissed off about it. At that very moment, when I'm kind of warmed up, there is something that is opposite that cannot happen. So sometimes, in other words, what I'm trying to say is let your emotions, like, what do you want to do? You want to go on social media? Give yourself 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes, 30 minutes to do whatever it is that you normally would do. So someone threw you off emotionally, great. Take half an hour and go do this thing that you think you'll do. Go back to sleep, go on the couch, watch TV, go on social media, do whatever it is, allow yourself to take a break for a second. Cool off, but don't do it for too long and then go right back into it. So yeah, allow yourself half an hour not to make phone calls. Okay. And so whatever it is that's like, Selena, whatever it is that makes you tired right now, find out what it is. You cannot just be, I'm tired in general. No, nobody's tired in general. Find out what it is. Like, for example, for me, I have a bunch of pain from the surgeries I did this year that is annoying. Like, I cannot be in any moment without pain. It's very annoying. It makes me tired. Okay, so what do I need? I cannot stop it. It's just there. I just need to do the things I need to do anyways. So I need to find other ways to get energized, to be more excited about it. So for those reasons, I put crazy goals up here, goals that I can for sure not achieve this year. I have no problem with that as long as I keep growing, me. The goal is always, I gotta be growing. It doesn't mean that my business has to grow at the same levels, because it normally doesn't happen to me, that the business grows at the same level that I wanted to grow that year. But what is happening is I got to make changes inside myself in order for the business to go to a certain level. I make those changes and then it will meet me somewhere. I don't know when, maybe next year, maybe the following. I'll meet it. But I'm putting a bunch of things on my schedule. My schedule is always packed and I never do everything I need to do every day. I can achieve 70%, 80% of what I put on my desk to achieve. I never get to a point where I achieved everything I needed, and then I have a bunch of hours ahead of me because I will fill them up with something else that I need, that I wish to achieve another thing. So in other words, it really depends how bad you want the goals you want and why you want those goals. Like Wilfredo can say, I want to become this successful realtor, but if he doesn't know why he wants to be that, then he's never going to do what is necessary. He's never going to completely eliminate the things that needs to be eliminated to go there. And then, by the way, when you get there, there will be another place you want to go. You will never stop wanting growing. You'll never stop wanting the growth in your life. You're always going to seek more. No, it's not about the money at all, by the way. It's not about the money at all. It's about self-accomplishment. You want to feel accomplished. You want to feel that you're actualizing your potential. And until you literally work on yourself really hard, like stop listening to the noise out there and go deep and find out what it is that's really stopping you. What is holding you back from making phone calls? What is holding you back from doing follow-up calls? What is holding you back from practicing your scripts for a listing presentation? What is holding you back from preparing a pre-listing package and delivering it to the seller? What is holding you back from memorizing and internalizing all the objections? What's holding you back from taking a showing at 10 a.m. when you should be prospecting? These are the questions you got to ask yourself. And then every time you're going to find lack of discipline all across the board. Lack of discipline, lack of focus, and sometimes lack of drive. I don't sense that there is a lot of drive sometimes when I ask questions. Like the person answering doesn't have the drive. Or they don't know why they want to go to where they want to go to. It's not real. It's they put a goal because everyone else is putting goals and they do the same. It can be that you're putting goals there because other people putting goals and you just want to be one of them. You're not doing it for yourself. Find out what it is that you want to achieve. Okay, one more, and then we end the call.
I want to hear.
Yes.
All right.
By the way, for everyone else that didn't get a chance, I want you to write it down. When we're done with this call, text the group what it is, and I will answer. Yes, Lisette.
Me is a lack of consistency.
Lack of consistency with
the stuff that I have, the discipline. I am disciplined, but not, I don't do the things that I need to be doing daily, and I get distracted, sidetracked. It's a mess.
Okay, let's be specific with something. Give me a specific scenario. I was about to do this and that happened.
Yeah, like prospecting. I usually make phone calls daily. But if I'm in the middle of my prospecting section and I see an email that I know is something related to a transaction, I don't let it fly. I'll take I'll just take a look at it and I try to handle it while doing transactions. So then I get busy doing the two.
Okay, stop. I understand.
Yes.
So everybody gets distracted all across the board. Each and every one of you has something that's distracting you from doing what needs to be done in your business. What you need to do is to eliminate distractions when you're making these calls. So in order for that to happen, you got to put yourself somewhere where you cannot check your emails. Put yourself in an environment that there is no alcohol. Because if you're alcoholic and you're putting a bottle of scotch, okay, 21-year scotch, $750 bottle, you're putting it on your desk and you will go prospecting, and you're an alcoholic. You cannot do that. So what do you need to do? You need to eliminate all that stuff. No more alcohol, meaning no more emails. Whatever it is that's, scratching you in the back, this thing that's touching you. Whatever that is, for Wilfredo, it's going out and buying material for the next job. Okay? For Elvis, it's family chores or whatever that is. For Glenda, it's the children. For Yamanda, it's the drama, right? Something throwing her off emotionally. For everybody, something. So the question is, you already know who you need to be. The person that is making the money you want to make, that person that is you is a lot more disciplined, is a lot more structured, is a lot more like in a box than someone else that's more flexible. I go with the flow. I wake up whenever I want. I prospect. I call people back. I don't call people back. That person has to be like completely eliminated. That decision-making person, the one who is sitting on your shoulder that makes those choices for you, you got to kill that person. Literally. The lazy person inside of you. And by the way, we are all like that. That's the thing. All of us, none of us would like to just wake up in the morning and prospect. Prospecting is annoying. Calling people is nothing that is like exciting anybody, unless you're going to call them to have some fun. So what you should eliminate, and some of us need to be more disciplined, okay, with certain things. So for you, you got to be more disciplined, not to look at your phone when you're prospecting. What's causing you, anyone, I'm not talking to Lisette right now, I'm talking to everybody. What's causing you not to be in your coaching calls every week? Well, one time it's a closing, another time is an inspection, another time I'm on my way there, I'm on my way back, I'm doing that. Is also going to stop you from prospecting. The fact that you cannot show up to coaching calls every week consistently is the same as what's holding you back from waking up in the morning. It's the same as what's causing you to check your emails when you're prospecting. It's the same as throwing yourself off emotionally because something just happened to you. So you got to start putting in place answers. If A shows up, then B, then I do B. In other words, when I don't, okay, Wilfredo, I'll give an example. You got something that you need to do for one of your jobs today. You're not doing it before you making at least, you name it, how many phone calls. So you say, I can do it, but I got to make 10 phone calls first. First, I got to, in order to have fun, I got to do something else first, right? When you wanted to go downstairs, your mom told you can't go out before you finish your homework. Finish your homework and then go outside and play. You got to do the same. So first, do what needs to be done, then go and do whatever else you like doing. But first, do what needs to be done. And that's really, you got to get into the discipline of doing what I just told you. And, regarding those of you that are not waking up in the morning, you cannot be successful in this business if you wake up after 5 a.m. That's my opinion. You can argue it because some people wake up at 7, but the people who wake up at 7 and they're successful, if they woke up at 5, you can just imagine where they're going to be. And it's not just about that. It's about your mindset. It's about your state of being. It's about your energy. It's about who you are when you show up to work. Like, what kind of a person are you and how much you can get out of yourself? Like, how much success can I get out of myself today? How many successful phone calls can I have? Will depend on what time I woke up in the morning. If I woke up at 8:30 in the morning, trust me, I'm probably not going to prospect. And then I'm going to feel shitty the whole day because I know I should have prospected. And that shitty feeling will carry on to the next following day. And then if I woke up again late, forget about it. I better off throw my goals out the window. So remember, it's a snowball. You cannot allow yourself to fall. And if you fall, you got to get right back on immediately. So start plugging in some stuff in your life. More discipline, wake up earlier, all across the board. If you wake up earlier, you will become more successful because the discipline that's causing someone not to hit the snooze button is the same discipline that will cause you not to answer an email or go buy materials when you need to prospect. It's exactly the same. Whatever is inside of you that's causing you to wake up late, it's inside of you causing you not to prospect and not to reach your goals. You got to eliminate that part of yourself. So do the homework. And if you didn't participate in today's call, then you need to write down to the group what it is that stands between you, what you need, what you know needs to happen in the business 2022. Okay, that you're gonna have an issue doing. Write it, share it with the group, and I'll see you guys next Tuesday. Actually, I'll see you Friday.
Thank you.
Right,
all.
thank you.
Thank you.
All right.